This week's movie was at the center of a Supreme Court case back in 1973. A local sheriff watched the movie at a drive-in, and then after the film was over, he arrested the theater manager for violating Kentucky's obscenity laws, and then seized a copy of the film as evidence.
I think that probably was illegal in Kentucky, the 12 states.
The least surprising part of the story so far is that the cop watched the whole movie before making an arrest. I guess it took him a while to finish his report.
Oh, sure.
The case went to the Supreme Court, who found that the sheriff was wrong to seize a copy of the film without a court order. Police can, of course, seize evidence without warrants. They do it all the time. But when it comes to speech, like books or films, the hurdle for reasonable seizure must be higher. And so the state of Kentucky lost the case. But the story does end on a sad note, because 50 years later, America still has Kentucky. Welcome to Exploitation Reviews, and me, Rob, and today I'm taking a look at Cindy and Donna from 1970, yet another piece of trash from Crown International Pictures. Will it be as entertaining as Malibu High, another so bad it's good gem? Let's find out. We open on a couple on a beach. The lyrics of the song seem to be encouraging Cindy to be more open to experiences.
How can you feel if you don't touch Cindy? When will you put your toys away and give them your all?
Credits over, Cindy is home from school. Cindy, by the way, is played by Debbie Osborne, who was last on the channel in the bizarro film The Toy Box. But she is perhaps most famous for her work in those Bethel Buckaloo Hicksploitation romps like Midnight Plowboy. Before long, Cindy's stepsister Donna comes home, and then the stepmom, who immediately knocks back a drink and starts ragging on the girls.
Cindy, if that skirt was any shorter, it'd be up to your damn belly button. Donna, why don't you do something with your hair? You look like a witch.
The dad in this little nuclear family stops off at the local watering hole on his way home. Due to some poor editing, it looks like this establishment has a top dancer, but she's actually in a different place. Regardless, she's nothing you can see here on YouTube.
Man, I just work here.
But, oh my dear Lord in heaven, you should pop over to Patreon for this. Plus, you get access to over 150 other reviews. Link is in the description. So, Dad gets a number from his buddies and sets up a date with that dancer. If you're wondering how he was able to do that over the telephone, the date will cost money. Before that, though, he pops into his house to change his shirt.
You drunk?
Yeah, a little bit. You gotta be a little bit drunk to get through the day.
Who is this guy, Suburban Bukowski? Well, Dad makes it to the dancer's place, but we're gonna skip past that scene.
Your idea sucks.
Back with our girls, Donna sneaks out to meet her boyfriend for some romance by the dashboard lights. Cindy follows them. Okay, so the only thing this movie has approaching a story is that Cindy is curious about growing up, and her older sister is very experienced in growing up. They talk about growing up on occasion, and Sis tells her that it's fun to grow up. Even Cindy's friend Karen encourages Cindy to just grow up, but Cindy isn't quite ready. She does have feelings for a boy. He was the one in the opening credits. I guess they had a summer fling, but he's not in town at the moment. Throughout the movie, we will see her write him some letters, but even when he was in town, she didn't grow up with him. Karen takes Cindy out to the beach and they pick up some beach hunks. Karen was down to grow up, but Cindy wasn't, so they left. I imagine the boys were blue because they didn't get to grow up with the girls, which is fine, of course. Girls don't have to help boys grow up. Boys are perfectly capable of growing up themselves. Okay, well, will Cindy finally come out of her shell and grow up? That's enough out of me as far as plot goes. Let's talk some highlights. Well, this thing delivers on that 70s sleaze. The encounters are pretty much a checklist of everything the drive-in crowd wanted to see back then. In the car, photography scene, multiple encounters, girlfriends experimenting, a shower, beach hook. This movie might be softcore, but it goes hard on the soft. Of course, none of that would mean anything if the girls weren't attractive, but they are. Very much so. Beyond that, which is really all anyone interested in these films would care about anyway, there is almost some social commentary here. Not sure if it was intentional, but it's interesting to me that these suburbanites all hate their empty lives and try to escape from them as much as possible with drink and smoke and meaningless naked encounters. It's a rather bleak and, dare I say, accurate depiction of how soul-sucking the suburbs are. That's why I live in a big city. So, despite all of the pretty people doing pretty things, the film's not perfect. Like a photographer shooting a load of film, this film has some shortcomings. Well, there's one pretty gross scene. I won't go into details, but it involved the dad and his daughter, and he was wearing whitey-tighties. Like I said, gross. And, well, this isn't a problem with the film, but with the version of the film I have. It is relatively competently photographed, but it could do with a remaster. Some of the scenes are pretty muddy and grainy, and those outfits the girls wear look great, so it would be nice if the colors popped a bit more. It is nice when things pop. Oh, and no spoilers, but that ending is, well, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. But overall, it's hard to complain too much about a film like this. It is what it is, a very simple story about a girl who's curious about growing up, and all the people around her do lots of growing up. Sure, it's not as entertaining in that so bad it's good way like Malibu High, but it is good in that growing up kind of way.